Ace Maneuvers back again, this time with some spice for Nejire2 enjoyers. Nejire gets to do one of my absolute favorite things to do in this game, and that is building a foundation that I blocked with. Now this ability has only gotten weaker and weaker every time they print it, despite these characters achieving nothing in their standard lifetimes, unless of course they are restricted to building very specific, mostly blank foundations. But I digress. Nejire allows us to commit her and build in a foundation ready, and that gives us tons of options for very cool and unique plays. And here's 3 plays that are just the tip of the iceberg. First up is Surprise Interception. This card has fallen out of favor along with its symbols, but with the absolutely disgusting face-up momentum combos coming in Girl Power and its +1 mid-block, I think it's going to find a home in Nejire2. After you block with Surprise Interception, you have to respond with itself first, committing a foundation and preventing the blocked attack from going to momentum for any reason. That's Amajiki Static, that's Piercing Thorn Lance, that's Phantom Threat. But since you can use Nejire2 to build this card after responding with it, you break even on the current turn for resources and ramp a bonus foundation for later. In stark contrast, we have next Toughest Punk in Junior High. This card probably isn't what you're expecting to combine with a character like Nejire, but when times are tough, this can be a cute trick to use against cards that care about dealing damage or throws. Well, as long as they are 6 damage or less. Once you block with this +3 mid, respond with Nejire and build it down, the damage for the attack has been calculated during the block step to deal half damage. Then it progresses to the damage step, and if the attack would deal 3 or less damage after being partially blocked, you can flip Toughest Punk to take no damage, preventing it from triggering any on-damage effects or going to momentum. You gotta remember, the better part of being prepared is making your enemy think that you aren't. And finally, this one might be the most obvious takeaway from Girl Power, and it is Size Specialist. This card is very cute because it allows you to save the Nejire response and build a foundation not named Size Specialist. Size Specialist goes back to your hand, allowing you to block with it, respond with Nejire, and build it back down. The main benefit here is we get to clear our card pool a second time, and while debuilding one to build one isn't a fascinating rate, fixing blocks into your hand or cards to discard to rival effects can be contextually important. Not to mention, it gives Nejire a flexible option to play around building into Deadlock. But what do you guys think? I don't think these are strictly the best cards to build with Nejire. I think whatever normal defensive staples exist on your symbol will tend to punish your rival for overextending more often, but these are a couple interactions I think you should at least consider going into the second regional season this year.